Kind of focused on the craziness that was going to ensue. So, MaNa93, thank you for your subscription. It's greatly appreciated. I want to let you guys know we will be handing out the replays of this tournament after the tournament concludes. Because these players have a chance to fight each other in the round of 8, last thing what I want to do is give away their own replays to their opponent. So, after the tournament's concluded, all 3 days, we will be handing out these replays to our subs. So, that's one of the benefits you get for subbing to Base Street TV. But let's hop into this. Spawning here at the top left corner of the map, currently trailing this series, but that's okay because I have faith in this man. Playing from Neurosoft, or for Neurosoft, I should say. It is going to be the blue Protoss Welmu.
On the bottom right, it's the red Protoss. It is Team Liquid's MaNa.
So MaNa's a Polish player who used to be on Mouse Sports a while ago. I think for a while he's always been considered one of those players who was like top of the B class but never quite the A lists. But ever since he joined Team Liquid, I don't know what it is. There's like magic about joining Team Liquid. They turn players into champions. And I don't want to oversell MaNa, but like even just showing like his defense against the Proxy Gate last game, how smooth that was, it really shows how well he can handle this game.
It was pretty peaceful. Like, oh, that's what you're doing? Alright then. Here I go. Here I got my own gateway. There's a lot of panic involved. But that's true. Like, well, there's always that old, like, EG picks people at their prime and then they die off afterwards. Liquid picks people when they're not in their prime and then get in their prime on Liquid. Like, is that the old saying?
Yeah. Was it it's like the elephant graveyard of esports. It's good to like EG.
Yeah. But it's just, they pick up, like, I don't know, they get an eye for talent. And then they have the, I don't know, they give them the tools needed to actually, like, blossom like a butterfly, or blossom like a flower, I guess. Yo,
Bunny definitely best pickup with Team Liquid though. I love MaNa,
right?
but Bunny #1 pickup. I really hate how the Gfinity event had so much negativity around it because of the invites and the WCS points. It really took away from the fact that Bunny was like the first foreigner in God knows how long to like take down a Korean at a premier event.
No big deal, and a Terran foreigner at that. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna cause any balance wine, but. Yeah, Widow Mines. That's exactly what I was gonna say. No.
But Team Liquid's got a lot of really good players. Stu's like pretty much the best foreigner in the world. MaNa's really on his way to success, and I gotta be honest, like I would be very happy to see him win our tournament. Not that I'm rooting for him or biased or anything like that, but it's just one of those things where every time I see him, whether it's Zotac or Acer Team Strike Cup or whatever, he always just barely falls short, even with the qualifiers of the tournament. But one thing MaNa does that I think is cool is like he's willing to fight. Now, that sounds a little bit silly to say because you're like, well, they're competitive players. Of course, they should be willing to fight. But more to the point where the example comes with Maddle's Foreign Hope tournament, where he gave up his slot because he wanted to fight for it in the qualifiers. I thought that was so classy and so cool and so MaNa.
That's so MaNa.
So MaNa-pia?
Onomatopoeia? No, I was actually gonna go for a little jingle, but I couldn't think of a jingle to help out. What Welmu is gonna have? I don't know. I mean, he's gonna get Twilight Council at home, but that pylon that's gonna be took down right there.
Yeah, it's a little bit odd. If it was gonna be a Dark Shrine, I think it would have already been finished. I think he's just hiding the probe for the time being.
Yeah, exactly. The pylon would have been down, right? So it's gonna be 3-gate blink. Just hiding the probe, make sure it's never ever gonna be scouted until it gets back in there.
This isn't really an auto win though. No. Unlike most builds, because here's the thing: like, the Oracle's gonna come out first. Okay. It'll go across the map, it'll probably do no damage, Footnote Treasure will go down, it'll retreat, he'll try and keep it alive, but he'll see the blink. And if he does, he'll crank out a Void Ray. And, or maybe even Phoenixes, actually, which sometimes aren't so bad, but a Void Ray is always going to be better at killing stalkers, especially. Once you're prismatically aligned, just watch everything die.
Yeah. If you guys were watching Copa America yesterday and Thursday, we saw a lot of PvPs. Unfortunately, they were like pro gamers versus like diamonds, actually.
Stuff, yeah.
So it wasn't that great, but we actually saw a lot of the situations, and now we're seeing like the hands of like a true a true pro gamer. Like MaNa's not gonna lose this because he went Stargate. No, he's gonna have a force field. He's gonna buy time. He's getting a robo at a good time as well, so he can pop out an immortal or a void ray. Like both are obviously pretty good at dealing with stalkers. He's gonna be perfectly fine. And now it really is the question: does Welmu move out and warp in on the other side of the map and thus take a lot of damage from the Oracle, or does the timing now work out for MaNa?
Yo, I think one of the things too with that robo, yeah, I was gonna say the observer definitely needs to come out first though, because he doesn't know what's coming, right? Like he has no idea if it's DTs, if it's gonna be air units, whatever. So playing a little bit cautious with the Oracle, tries to sneak in here. There's 3 stalkers and an overcharge though. This is not gonna kill too many probes. It kills 1.
Yeah. Of course, Welmu scouted that he's scouted not only the Stargate, but also the Robo going down. So probably knows that if he is aggressive with Blink, he's going to be very careful with it. He's going to have to really pay attention to it. Like, he can't be, like, paying attention to killing the Oracle back at home, or else he's just going to get, you know, wrecked by the Immortal. The Nexus is going down, and Welmu would love to cancel that at the very least.
You know, it's kind of interesting. The Stargate has got some very unique feels, or feels, what am I saying? Units that it can get. Oh, hold up, we'll talk about this in a sec. When the ship core goes down immediately, Time Warp was popped. Can MaNa hold this, though? There's an Immortal up, but that's a lot of Stalkers.
Yeah, one goes down. Blink did finish, so that was just a little bit
I love watching good Blink
right there.
I love watching. It's disgusting when you play as Terran, because it's just like all or nothing with Blink, right? But when it's PvP, there's like elegance to it.
Yeah, it's true, it's true. That Photon Overcharge not being there is really important. Now, it wouldn't be there for the Nexus anyways, but just like the Militia Core should still be alive and gaining energy. Now he's really just going to have to straight up give up the Nexus, or he's going to, you know, maybe lose the fight too. He does have 2 Immortals, which maybe is enough. Revelation very key here as well, seeing where the Blink Stalkers are exactly.
Oh man, that Oracle just took a big nosedive. That kind of sucked. 2 Immortals out, yeah, as you point out, should be able to do a good chunk of damage.
Ooh. You know, Welmu, if he doesn't get this Nexus, I don't know.
If he doesn't get the Nexus, I think MaNa can pull ahead. MaNa's doing a good job of retaining the Immortals here, but it's one's so low, it needs that hardened shield to start regenerating ASAP.
I really think that instead of like attacking up that ramp, he probably should just gone for the Nexus kill. You know, MaNa was kind of scared going down there. But after taking such a good fight on top of the ramp, is obviously not scared anymore, and a third Immortal's about to be out. His Militia Core is remade. Yeah. I don't think Welmu can actually take this on. No, Blink's on top of the Immortals.
Gets the first Immortal, disengages, he'll wait for the shield so he can take an extra hit or two, but the longer he waits to kill the second Immortal, more time gets MaNa to get another Immortal.
Yeah. Oh, actually, still might get the Nexus at the end. Okay, so this is pretty important. Like, if he doesn't get this Nexus, he's pretty darn far behind. Gets the Nexus, gets force-footed out. Again, his Militia Core did die, so he can't actually blink up here.
Well, he's kind of flashing in vision. He could actually blink up there, I think, if he clicks fast enough, but he doesn't want to blink into a bunch of... well, maybe he does want to blink on top of the Immortal. We'll focus one down. Focuses the second one down. Welmu with a massive Stalker lead may have just won this game. Welmu!
Persistence. Oh, the Zealots are absolutely wrecking, though. Suddenly out of nowhere, 5 Stalkers just explode.
You don't think about the Zealots, right? You think about the Immortals. You're tunnel visioning on the other Stalkers. Awkward blinks out of the base, but he does disengage. He killed the Nexus, though. Let's be honest. At this point, if the Nexus did not go down, he would be in so much trouble.
He would. Like, 2 Immortals you can blink on top of. 3 Immortals, it gets really, really dicey. It's pretty good that he got there. Got that kill before that happened. And now MaNa's kind of like in a bad position, because obviously Welmu's going to warp in the sentries. He's going to soft contain him. Oh, unless he's not paying attention. Okay. Not so bad. Not so bad. Oh, Zealot really wants that sentry.
It's hungry. It's like watching.
What's that? Oh, an Oracle. Oh, okay. That Oracle's actually doing damage back at home. There isn't like an overcharge.
Oh, there's now. He's waiting for the energy for it.
Yeah.
But still, you know, 6 probes is hardly devastating. One was already behind in probe count, yeah, sure, but he's got a Nexus on the way, and that's one of the big advantages he has right now. Because for MaNa, like, he doesn't quite have the force to break this. The Immortals will be good, but he'll force field the ramp, and he'll only really fight 1 Immortal at a time. So this is kind of scary for MaNa, because he has no way to really effectively get down this ramp unless he catches Welmu not paying attention.
Yeah, okay, so there's that, but also, like, when he does, Welmu doesn't actually have, like, you know, that great attack. Blink Stalkers can do wonders in any scenario. They're great in every single matchup. You can buy a lot of time, you can blink up, but in a straight up battle, right, they don't defend a Nexus. They can try, but against like 3-4 Immortals, they aren't going to. So the counterattack is a little scary. Welmu should be throwing on his own Robo soon, or maybe Templar Archives or Forge or something else, because he is starting to get back up into probes, up to 24. Oracle tries to come in again, doesn't really work out.
It's so frustrating just how effective a force field can be, because MaNa has got this army that will dominate Welmu. Like, blink aside, Immortals don't have projectiles, they'll just eradicate the Stalker count, but
yeah,
they can't get down that ramp, and this has got to be frustrating, because, I mean, he scouted the Nexus with that Oracle before it died. He knew the fact that, or well, not before it died, it's still alive, but he knows that Welmu's going to be producing units, probes behind this.
Yeah, and he's trying to catch up, 25 to 30, but he really, like, he saw the Warp Prism. He knew that his time was limited up here.
But that's such like a little weasel move. You're like, okay, you know what? I'm out of here. But screw you, here's a force field. Like runs away.
This counterattack, like I said, like it's actually really scary. Welmu has nothing but blink stalkers. Like the best thing he has, honestly, against the Immortals is like his own zealots. Like obviously without charge, without upgrades, but at least don't take extra damage from the Immortal. Will might actually go for it though. I think that he should. He still has a Mothership Core. Will have a recall. If he can actually like get it off with blink stalkers.
Okay, so yeah, and is that enough? You know what? I kind of feel like better than force fields. Hallucinations might be his best friend on this attack. Just to soak
MaNa?
hits for Welmu, I mean.
Okay, yeah.
Because you're right, like it is just blink stalkers, but he really
nice.
needs. Whoa, good blink.
Very
there we
nice.
Go. I mean, okay, actually, you know, there's an observer here, so maybe never mind. I didn't realize he had floated in a MaNa an observer over the rest of the map.
Yeah, force fields might still be better here.
Yeah.
If there was a Colossus, then like, you know, just go ahead and like hallucinate because hopefully you can get a couple of pot shots like on the hallucinations where something's gonna help you. But you know what? MaNa actually decides to go in. Despite seeing nothing but sentries and sentries, I guess the Photron Overcharge was too much, or maybe he figured that he still is good in the long run because their probe count really not that different. Welmu only just now got ahead a little bit.
This is kind of cool. This is kind of crazy. I'm really not sure how this is gonna go, but I'm really curious to see. Like, is this gonna get to the point where we got Colossus versus Colossus?
Apparently not. Welmu goes straight up to a Stargate of his own, and I gotta imagine this is for Void Rays? Like, 10% on 2 base seems like an awful big investment, especially when you haven't actually seen Colossus. Well, he saw Colossus tech, I guess.
Yo.
Huh.
So this happened a little while ago, and I didn't actually get time to go do this real quick because we've been focused on the game at hand. But DeMuslim hosted us, which is kind of cool. We never get hosted by anybody. I'm gonna go ahead and just maybe sub to DeMuslim as a thank you.
$5.
Yo,
for a host. Hey now, good trade.
No, that's actually not a good trade, but I don't know, sign of respect. So DeMuslim, if you're listening, thank you, man. It's really cool of you. It's really classy. But there we go. I had to like tab out. I was like trying to race against time. Like I'm waiting for MaNa to move out, tab in, tab out.
It is Tempest on 2 base.
I like this. This is good if you're behind.
This can be effective, and he is a little behind, a little.
Well, no, but I mean, especially in terms of like tech, like you know, his robo was never really down at an appropriate time. He's breaking a couple of Immortals, but I think for Welmu, because he's playing blind and doesn't have observer, he's kind of got to wildly guess. Like, does my opponent already have like 3 Colossus out? Does they already have 2?
Right.
Tempest had the best way to come back into that. Yeah.
Yes, he had hallucinated Phoenix that saw the Colossus tech starting, so we actually can't, like, unless you figured they went double robo. The amount of Colossus shouldn't be that high, and it isn't. It's only at 1, so the Tempest, it's still good. Like, obviously it deals a lot of damage to the Colossus, and that's great, but it can still be good against everything else as long as you kite it. But it's not even going to be an effect in this battle, so it's effectively, like, wasted money on restarts. It's not going to help you yet. MaNa might have an opportunity here.
I really like the revelation on Welmu's army. That's pretty good. Force fields are actually fantastic, but that's all of them.
Yeah, there you go. The Colossus comes in. Excuse me, pardon me.
I'm a massive unit. I know you probably don't know what that is, but pardon me. Hallucination can have a cool move, but it's not going to distract him at all. MaNa going on a rampage right now with these Immortals. There's so many of them. There's 5 Immortals shelling away, dealing 50 damage a shot. Or no, he's got level 1 upgrade, so it's like, what, 55 damage a shot? Yeah, versus all these armored units.
That Immortal walked in the wrong time.
But he's getting a Tempest. Like, the Tempest is on the way. It's completing here in a second. It's not going to win him the game, but there is nothing in this army that shoots up.
It'll back MaNa off. That's what it'll do.
Yo, he's targeting the Sentry. Okay, there we go. Colossus, for those who don't know, are classified as air units, so they do take the bonus versus massive that the Tempest get for bonus. But I mean, yeah, you kill the Colossus. Congratulations. What do you do about the Immortals on the ground?
Exactly, and that's why I didn't feel
10
so
damage.
Good. I didn't feel so good about the Tempest switch because it was a little too late, but also just because there wasn't a lot of Colossus. It's like a super effective move if they come at you with like 3 to 4 Colossus, and suddenly like a lower army supply actually like really makes up for it. But not the right move in this case.
I gotta tell you, I'm MaNa 1-2-0. Congratulations. This was within the realm of possibility. But like, you put me Welmu versus any Protoss, and I put my money on Welmu every single time. So big congrats to MaNa. He'll be going on to fight against Starbuck in the winners match, but we're actually going to do the losers match first because that's how we do things here. So we're going to get veto sorted here between Insane and Welmu. After that,